Have you ever seen WinterX Levin Dot on YouTube? Well, if you did, then you might have felt something is a bit off. Her thumbnails are clickbait and stolen. Here's an example. That's not all. There's more. That's all the thumbnails I could find. But the question is WinterX Levin Silly Mocat or Skylar Rants? This video's topic will be on Winter. Basically, she is a stealer, clickbaiter, scammer. I hope this video can explain it better. Here is the vid.
Winter X Laven is indeed Silly Meow Cat, aka Skylar Rants, and that is what Melody and Lays will be ranting about in the next few minutes. Notice how Silly Meow Cat's last video was posted on the 10th of January, and Winter's first video was posted on that same day as well?
So that will be one piece of evidence. But before shouting,
"You have nitrogen monoxide evidence!"
I do have evidence. So maybe just think. Back to the video.
And you know what is more suspicious? Some time ago, I used my alt and commented on Winter X Laven's Roblox group accusing her of being Silly Meow Cat. And then 30 minutes later, boom, as you can see, I just got exiled from the group with no trace of my existence.
Later in the video she shows that now only she can pick who enters her group. But as I have seen today in one of her new videos. Do you see that? Let's have a closer look. It says Silly Mocat. Could this mean? Also, there is another piece of evidence saying that WinterX Levin is some RX chestnut. Here is the evidence. It shows how WinterX Levin has made another undercover account. She even said that she is not WinterX Levin and she's her friend. And she takes inspo from her. Nice! You've got another dupe account. Another video out there about her. The same triple collab. I will be continuing after the first part. If you've made it this far, share this video to your friends to inform them.
Winter X Laven is indeed Silly Meow Cat, aka Skylar Rants, and that is what Melody and Lays will be ranting about in the next few minutes. Notice how Silly Meow Cat's last video was posted on the 10th of January, and Winter's first video was posted on that same day as well? And you know what is more suspicious? Some time ago, I used my alt and commented on Winter X Laven's Roblox group accusing her of being Silly Meow Cat. And then 30 minutes later, boom, as you can see, I just got exiled from the group with no trace of my existence. And consequently, Winter temporarily turned on the request to join group system so only she can choose who can be a member of her fan group. If Winter X Laven wasn't Silly Meow Cat, wouldn't she find a way to prove that she's innocent, rather than shutting those who accuse her of being a scammer with, at the same time, no evidence?
Wow, just wow. WinterX Levin would just explain them that she is not Silly Mocat if she was not Silly Mocat or Skylar Rants. Very important trace of evidence, Idkrins.
Now I will be passing on the microphone to Melody, who will discuss about the small connections between Silly Meow Cat and Winter X Laven.
That was a great discussion, but now we shall go to the next chapter, which will be about the small connections between these tales. Credits throughout this chapter will be towards Melody. I will just go collect the second part, and I will tell you when I'm back. I'm done with collecting the video. Now, the thing is that Silly Mocat and WinterX Levin have several small connections. The video credits is towards Melody, who will talk about their several small connections. Also, you do not have to agree with me or her. I will pass the microphone back.
Hello, I'm Eloise Melody and I'll be talking about WinterX Laven's small connections to Silly Mocat. Please keep in mind that the small pieces of evidence is not the most convincing and may appear a coincidence. We will present our biggest evidence later in the video. Silly Meekat's past usernames have had some similar connections to WinterX Laven. For example, one of her old usernames is Animeloversky. Later, when I asked WinterX Laven if she loved anime, she said yes. However, this doesn't exactly prove it all quite yet, because a lot of people love anime. Another one of Silly Meekat's past usernames is Winter loves Roblox. This means that Silly Mocat has definitely acknowledged the name Winter in the past, leading to the name Winter Slaven, but you can still argue that this is a coincidence. Before you argue that, take a look at this. Winter Slaven is also in Mokia, Silly Mocat's group, but that weird because she clearly knows Silly Mocat was not a good person. My guess is that since Winter Slaven's account is relatively new, she gave herself Robux through her group. This brings me to my next point. A Roblox player can't possibly be that new and be able to start ranting on YouTube. Therefore, she definitely is an alt of another player, and we know who the player is. Winter Slaven is also making suspicious excuses in her videos. But first, girly, what in the world is this? Respect, please. I have a friend with no dad. Anyways, Winter Slaven says that her old channel got terminated. That's such a go-to excuse. Like miss, at least say more than id cow. She also said that she takes inspiration from Skylarence, aka Silly Mocat. But that doesn't make sense because no one takes inspiration from bad people. Girl, you ain't fooling anyone. There's also another weird username connection that we found. Winter Slaven's old username is Lexmonash, and one of Silly Mocat's old channel names was Lavenderash. This also has a weird connection. There are also some small similarities between the two channels. For example, both channels have purple profile pictures. Both channels also use the same hearts for their description. Winter Slaven is also the same age as Silly Mocat. They are both 14. Both users also have similar inventories. Here is me going through Silly Mocat's inventory. And here is me going through Winter Slaven's inventory. Here are some of the common things they share.
I screenshotted the items. Back to the vid.
This is also a bit suspicious as well. That's all for my part. If you still don't believe us, what Ersterlays will talk about in her part is truly shocking.
So basically there are two items in common. But my battery ran out. I will make a part 2 soon. Buy my donuts.